Good evening, everybody. Good evening. How are we all doing today? Hopefully, everybody is doing well. Welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome. We are back with some more Danmachi Infinite Combat. Hopefully, everybody is doing good. Let me ping everybody that we're live right now. With Danmachi Infinite Combat. Come hang out. There we go. Sweet as, pinging people in the Discord that we're live right now, and then of course putting it on Twitter as well that we are live. We're continuing the 100% grind as per usual. Hopefully everybody is doing good. There we go. Boom. All right, sweet as. Also, we got some Final Fantasy music playing in the background. Let me know if the audio is a-okay, if the music's too loud, music's too soft. You guys can let me know in the chat, of course, as always. But yes, we're back on the grind now. I don't remember which one was the earliest. Oh well, no, I mean I know because this is chapter 5, so we'll roll with the chapter 5 one. I was just like, wait, which one was my latest save data? But of course, if chapter 5, I mean, Belt's ahead technically, so we'll run with that one. And yeah, we're gonna carry on with the grind, of course. Today, I don't know how long we're gonna be going for. I think tonight is gonna be a little bit of a longer stream, and we are going to obviously have some drinks alongside it as well. So yes, technically a drunk stream today. Maybe depends on how much I can drink today, of course. Yeah, you know what, fuck it, finish it off. It was almost empty anyways, and I can finally throw this bottle. I might have to go and pick up my other bottle as well. Sound is fine. Perfect. All right, let me just pour some Coke as well, and that should be a beautifully mixed drink. It'll be a little bit stronger because it is a little bit heavier because I put a lot more in, but let's see. No, it's perfect. Yeah, it's perfect. I was thinking about it for a split second. I was like, is it good? No, it is good. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go pick up another bottle in a bit as well, so that we can, go through a couple more bottles as well. Now, I don't remember where we left off last time, to be quite honest. It's been a minute since we played it, of course. We played it about a week ago, right? So let me just go and check the skill sheet first and foremost, and then we'll carry on from there. I think that'll probably be the best thing for us to do. So, there's still a lot to get for Bell, man. I didn't realize how much you have to get for Bell. And I feel like compared to Eyes, you need to get way more skill points for him, man. I do believe that to be the case. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just start off a little bit slow. We're gonna get some more points in, of course, as well, and of course let people come in as well, into the live stream as well, and that way we can, have stuff going as well there. Now, of course, I think it would be amazing if I could have just, gotten access to the other floors as well. But yes, let us see what happens here. Isn't this more realistic? Bell is level 1 and at this point in Ice is level 5. I don't disagree with that. I think that's fine. The rate at which you get skill points is fine, but it's more so about the investment. It feels like Bell requires way more skill points than Ice does. Ice doesn't need as many skill points. I'm talking about the skill sheet, like stat distribution. I feel like it should have been the same. Of course, I get that Bell gets less skill points. That I'm fine with. I don't disagree with that at all. More so, the point being, I think Bell should also be, getting, in my opinion, or in equal stats sheet. It feels like you have to put more stats into Bell than you have to put in, or more skill points into Bell than you have to get into Eyes. And to be fair, technically it should be the other way around. If you're being realistic about it, yeah. I've already done that. I've unlocked both of those first. I've done that already. The 2 skill point ones, right? The 10%, 20% more, right? But even that doesn't feel like it helps a lot, to be honest, in all honesty. It's very minor, at least at the lower levels, I suppose. At the lower floors, it doesn't matter as much, right? Because you're anyways getting such few skill points that a 30% bonus realistically doesn't add much. Maybe 1 extra skill point or 2 skill points at most, right? Obviously, I think at later levels, it'll make a bit of a difference, but yeah. You farmed 2 hours of the tutorial, bro. That is true. I did do that. Yes, I did. But hey, listen, we're here to grind. We're not here to have fun. We're here to grind. Well, technically, we're here to have fun as well, but we're here to grind nonetheless. Oh my god, that bounce. that bounced me in the wrong direction entirely. I mean, I get that long game and all that jazz, but yeah, it is what it is. I guess it also makes sense because I know that Eyes only has 6 chapters versus Bell has 10 chapters, right? So technically you will be farming Bell more. So I guess in that sense it makes sense, but then at that point you may as well have given Bell an extra stats skill sheet or something, you know, in my opinion. I think that's one of the small nitpicks I have with the game. It's not a major one anyways, and it doesn't make a big difference in the grand scheme of things, but it's more so about just something I noticed, you know, while I was farming Bell, of course, over the last couple of streams and stuff like that, of course, versus Eyes as well. So it's not too surprising on that front necessarily, but yeah, I mean, it's just something I thought about as we were farming. But anyways, but yeah, let's continue on anyways and keep grinding, of course, right? Which I like playing to the long game instead of just instant rewards. No, absolutely. Absolutely. No, they said end of the year. They literally said end of the year for the full release. I mean, they could delay it, absolutely, but they did say end of the year. They've literally said it in their Steam page, so yeah. The full game will come out at the end of the year, they've said. So, yeah. That is something to keep in mind already. Alright, beautiful stuff. Let's get this farm going. To be honest, right now I need more unique enemies. If I want to get more of the weapons and armor pieces and stuff, right, we're gonna need to basically try and get a lot more varied enemies. Right now we're just facing off against ants primarily and the war shadows, which doesn't really give us any new weapons or armor pieces or anything of that sort. So I think what I'm gonna actually have to do is we're gonna have to progress soon in order to go from there, basically. I kind of hope Hades 2 does have difference between people who look for short-term, long-term benefits and how it affects gameplay both early and late game. I mean, it's a roguelike, so you're gonna obviously see a big difference between short-term and long-term. That's just how it is. I mean, that was the same thing in Hades 1 as well. You had a big difference as you progressed. Your first run was nowhere near like your last run, and of course, your long-term benefits were much higher than your short-term benefits. It's just how it is. That's how they're gonna rock it. It's gonna be the same, I assume, in Hades 2 as well. There's no difference there, I don't think so, at least. Alright, there we go. I mean, it's the same game for the most part. From what I've seen, it's literally the same game. Different characters, different abilities, different couple of more gods and goddesses, but it's more or less the same from what I've seen. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, of course, if they retain that at least. The gameplay, I don't think is gonna change drastically, to be honest. Oh, come on. You stupid ant, bro. Alright, let's go. Alright, there we go. Beautiful. Get him out of here, man. Get him out of here. But yeah, I think we're gonna have to progress on a little bit, to be quite honest, just so that we can actually get access to the higher floors more so. I think with Bell, we're gonna probably have to just stop here, in all honesty, with the grind, because it just doesn't make any sense for us to keep risking, not risking, but wasting resources and stuff and not making any progress in that sense. So let me just upgrade this, I guess. What do I want to upgrade, actually? Finally, he's come to his senses. Well, it's only for the time being. Once the next floor is unlocked, we're gonna immediately access it. One of the issues I've noticed as well, actually, is that this floor that we're on, right, floors 8 to 9, it just doesn't have that many enemies, unfortunately. So that's the other reason why I want to kind of move on, because 8 to 9 just doesn't have that many enemies. We don't see any enemies compared to like some of the other stages. Yeah. So once we get to another floor, we'll probably see there, you know, more enemies and stuff. So let's move on with the story and see what we can cook here. Reach the 10th floor. There we go. Yeah, you need floor 10. All right, there we go. Floor 10 is coming up soon. Is Lily not here yet? You're that guy from before? I'm sure you're that guy. There's a person who's chasing that broom. You're staring at me too. Okay, kid, you hang out with a tiny broom. That broom? My supporter is not the prim you're after. A happy-go-lucky guy like you is an easy target for her. We'll chop her together. What? Just go into the dungeon with that tiny prim and get far enough ahead that she's alone and leave it to me. Think about it carefully. She's just a useless supporter with no abilities. Damn. Kick his ass, Gil. I mean, I'll beat him up. Don't worry. I will beat him up. Assuming if we have a fight with him in the game. I don't know if we do. The game version, I'm not sure. Alright. I don't want. Again, that's just too much of a. You'd have to think about that massively, Leon. The thing is, right? I'm sorry for saying this, Leon. I like you as a dude, and you know your questions are very interesting sometimes. Your questions can be very long-winded, and I don't have necessarily the ability to answer that on the spot, and also just generally as well, I can't be bothered to answer that much of a detailed question, to be honest. But yeah, like it doesn't. Level 4 scraps doesn't change anything. Yeah, yeah, definitely. But I just feel like, yeah, she's gonna titan the Juggernaut. Well, she's part of the Loki familia, so she'd at least have some members with her. It's not like she wouldn't have anybody else. I mean, I'm pretty sure she'll probably be in a squadron with like one of the big guys. But yeah, again, it just depends so much on her relationships with other characters in the Loki familia. It depends on how much of a footnote she is or not necessarily. Again, there's just too much stuff there. But yeah, worst case scenario, she gets morphed into a plant. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah, you don't need to do it like that, man. You don't need to do it like that, bro. There we go. Alright, sweet. Also, you say part-times at the guild. I mean, we don't know that many adventurers. If not, we don't know any adventurer who technically part-time in the guild necessarily like that. So, again, it's a question that kind of becomes a moot point because we have no other examples necessarily. We have zero other examples of that sort. So, again, yeah, it becomes a very tricky question because of that. We just don't have any other examples. I mean, considering all things said and done, I'd argue that Bell is already very close to the Loki familia anyways. He's pretty much best chums with them anyways. Felds is an adventurer, but I wouldn't necessarily say he's like a proper guild member necessarily as well either. He's, of course, like sort of like you could argue a messenger between Uranos, but that's more Royman's role anyways. He's just there as Uranos' member, and I guess Uranos runs the guild. But, like, he's just a side member. I wouldn't necessarily count him necessarily. Sounds like a merchant or horror bounty hunters called bounty hunters. They're called bounty hunters. I don't know. I feel like it's a very tricky question because you just don't have any other example. And Felds is a bit of a weird case because Uranos anyways runs the guild. It's not like the Loki familia runs the guild either. So that's a completely different situation as well. So again, it's a question that requires a lot of thought, and you'd have to go through a proper what if of like making up situations with like relationships between the characters, relationships between, you know, how much time does Aina actually spend at the guild, because if she is still a member of the Loki family and a level 4 member, that means she's on the level of a Raoul or Anakiri anyways, so she would have to be in the field more often. So why would she be supporting a level 1 adventurer like Belle anyways? In fact, if she is a guild member, then she should be supporting the entirety of the Loki familia more so. So instead of Rosa, you got Aina instead, so it doesn't matter. Is this the one only available on PS4? No, it's available on PC and Switch as well. But yes, it's technically the only one. It was only available on PS4, I think, at a point, but now it's been available on PC and Switch since like 2021, 22 or something like that, I think. Give or take, I think around then. It's been 2-3 years, I think, since their release on PC and stuff. Yeah, Switches. I mean, this game on the Switch would be quite actually pretty fun, to be honest, as a handheld experience. It isn't bad. It's a very, yeah, it's a good portable game. I think actually, wasn't Infinite Combat technically supposed to be only on, was supposed to only be on the PS Vita, but then they decided to do it on the PS4 as well. And honestly, if it was a PS Vita only game, it kind of makes sense as to why the game is structured like this anyways as well, right? Because obviously it makes sense in that sense, you know, that the PS Vita handheld experience, making it something like this, fits well-ish, I would say. Obviously not an amazing one. Okay, I was trying to click it for so long, but I was like, brother, you're not doing shit. There we go. But then again, that's why she probably wouldn't also be able to be a part of the guild, and why you don't see a lot of familiar members being a part of the guild. You're not wrong there technically, because you could easily tamper with data and stuff. So again, that point becomes moot again because of that. So you could easily tamper with it as long as you have access to the guild, then yeah. Luffy Allen and manga great, much greater than Luffy anime. Well, to be fair, the anime didn't do her anything. It did not do anything justice at all. Like, it was terrible all around. So, yeah, I'm not surprised at all. It's not surprising at all that it suffered big time in that sense. No, I think they did justice in later seasons, but Sword Art Online itself, where the focus was, it didn't do it any justice. So it doesn't. Again, it's not. It's like a hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby kind of vibe. I try to be blind to Lily, who helped me as a supporter. I made up my mind. Okay, let's see what my man is cooking. Alright, status up as well. That's going to be quite useful as well because a bit more damage on Bell, which will be really good for us. Let's see if there's any other quests or something, any additional quests or anything now. So let's progress with the story for now. Did we get any more skill points? Let me see. We might be able to upgrade. We did kinda, but not really. So I'm just going to move on and see. I need to get to Lily no matter what. I'll protect her. Okay, good boy. It is the only other one of the 4 or 5 girls you picked up in a dungeon. You're fine. Literally one in 4. Literally 1 in 4. Oh, no reason. I was just wondering about it. Let me think. If it were to happen, it wouldn't be in a place that people could watch. If they did do something, they'd be put on the guild's blacklist. It would be so hard for them to live in Auraria after that. If you get put on the blacklist, I'm sure your adventure registration is cancelled. You wouldn't be able to sell magic stones or drop items anymore. You have to withdraw from a familiar, and in the end, your god may throw you out. The storytelling in Infinite Combat is actually better than in Dancro. You're not wrong. That's why the thing is, again, like I say, Dancro just doesn't feel like a Danmachi game. That's the issue. Infinite Combat at least feels like a Danmachi game. Is the most important thing. That's my biggest problem with Dancro still, man. Like, forget the other issues. Forget the gacha issues and the gameplay issues. Like it fails at being a Danmachi game first and foremost. And a lot of people will say like, oh, gacha games are supposed to be gacha games at first because that's how they make money. The problem is they're not doing good at that either. They're not doing that either at all. So it doesn't matter. It's so frustrating, man. Alright, 10th floor. We don't have time to stop and stare. I like how they add extra nuances rather than just copy paste the anime. Yeah, that is true as well. They need to do way more than just survive and do well on first anime. Surviving is one thing. They need to improve, man. They can't just survive. They have to continuously improve. It's not just a case of like, you know, be patient. You know, be patient and see how anniversary goes. Sorry, Belsama, this is the end. Lily, what are you doing? I will have the knife. Farewell, Belsama. Try and find a good opportunity to escape, okay? Wait, Lily! Well, they are chaotic good initially, Rocks, but I feel like they evolved to be more of like a neutral good, more so. I wouldn't say they're on the lawful side necessarily. Well, they do listen to the law quite a bit, and I mean, you'll see more if they actually adapt Sword Art Online, and obviously coming in season 5, you'll see a little bit more on that front. But I do feel like they're more neutral good now, especially after the events of the Xenos arc and everything. But I do agree that originally they were on more of a chaotic good side. Isn't it tricky to improve over time? Since you're making a game, you need to improve if you are making a game. Wait, what? What do you mean by that? Because you just literally said what I said. Yes, you need to improve there. They need to keep improving the games. I mean, you're a live service game. You are a live service game. Your job is to update the game regularly to make it better. You can't stand still. Because at the end of the day, if you stand still, other live service games are just going to be much better than you. If not, newer modern games are going to be better than you. Your job as a live service game is to get better. If not, otherwise you're going to struggle big time. Alright, there we go. We've got to beat a lot of orcs now. I don't know how many orcs we'll have to beat in total, but let's see. I mean, we have some potions as well, so I'm not too fussy about it. Okay, these guys don't get stun blocked. Okay, that's good to note. I'm gonna just heal up and see. No, they do get stun lock. Why didn't that guy get stun lock? If they try to improve a game, you need to keep improving it, but one might see improve can make a... I mean, but that's just, again, it's up to the developers to know what the community wants and how they can make the game better. Obviously, in the case of Dancro, their improvements are sometimes problematic as well. But again, it comes down to the fact that they need to be the ones to know what to do. It's up to them to make the decision to find and figure out what we want as a community. And they know we've given them all the answers in the survey. They can talk to content creators as well, like myself or others as well. But yeah, if they ain't making enough profit, they can't make improvements. That's a bit of a joke. I mean, I disagree with that entirely. You can make improvements while also being not profitable, because at the end of the day, if you want the game to succeed, if you know the IP is going to do well, right? What you can literally put in more money into the game in order to make improvements happen. That's called investment. That is literally called an investment. Now, obviously, return on investment should also be a thing, but that's up to them more so. I keep telling people we need a custom adventure game. Now, I disagree with that right now. I disagree with that. Because one, you would need Omori to be writing that fully, which of course he doesn't have the time for. It's why he pulled out from Danmimo, and he's not helping out with Dancro as much. And he's doing Full End of Water and Light, of course, but that's much more of a more... it's an existing story technically, right? Full End of Water and Light is an existing story. He's just expanding it to obviously contain characters from the previous era as well as the modern era, right? But the other thing is as well, you need the Danmachi IP to be popular enough, especially in the West, for that to succeed. It'll succeed in Japan, maybe, but again, who knows where it'll go. And to be quite honest, right now, CST games are very hit and miss. Xenoverse has been around for so long, along with, say, games like Shinobi Strikers and stuff, to the point where people are kind of tired of those types of games. I should host a D&D game? Nah, I'm good. I'm not very much into D&D. I play Baldur's Gate a little bit here and there, but yeah, it doesn't work. I mean, we all would like a custom Danmachi game, but I don't think that should be the priority, especially when Danmachi hasn't had a good game, period, up until now. Like a proper good game, that is to say. What I mean is like a good seller, something that's become popular and, you know, propels the IP well enough. Because at a point, you're going to bring people into a Danmachi game and it's just going to be like any other random game, but people don't understand that it's Danmachi based. Mimo wasn't good, Blasphemy. Mimo was good, but I mean, proper good is a different thing. You have to remember, Danmimo is a great game for a Danmachi fan. You could make an argument and say it wasn't a great game generally. I don't know. I feel like you have to remember that there's a big difference between the two. Because Danmimo as a game was, let's be real, very meh, to be honest. After the second year, they decided to just go very, very, very safe. The game modes themselves were very basic. One of the best game modes they had in the whole server-wide raid, they decided to abandon that. They had the Rampage game mode, they decided to abandon that. All they stuck to was their basics, basically, which made it very repetitive, which in a gacha game is sure fine, but it's very repetitive at this point. But yeah. It was a great Danmachi game. Not a good game, though. What Danmachi needs is a great Danmachi game and a great general game. Hence why I'm kind of hoping for Full End of Water and Light. Now, I don't know if it'll be a great game necessarily, right? Because it's Bushiro developing it. It's only on the Switch, right? We still don't know if it's going to be on the Switch 2 or if it's being developed for the Switch 2 in mind. We still don't know that, right? They haven't come out and spoken about it yet or anything of that sort, right? Obviously, I don't think any company has developing games have said anything about, you know, we're making the game for the Switch 2. We're just inferring that a lot of these games that are, you know, not yet announced for 2024 are probably coming in 2025, are coming in the Switch 2, right? So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that front. Wait, what game? New game? Yes? You didn't know, Rocks? For Danmachi Full End of Water and Light. This was announced like months ago. Water and Light is basically Breath of the Wild. Yeah, no, they're dreaming big time. That is so much. That is so copium. That is very fucking copium. I'll be another Lily, but I'm a wimp after all. I couldn't taste there, but it doesn't matter anymore. So lonely. I didn't notice. Maybe I tried avoiding. I always wanted to be someone. No problem. I have videos up if you want to go and check out details about it. But saying that, again, like I said, it's only on the Switch, so we still don't know if it's going to be on Switch 2 right now. We'll have to wait and see. But the thing is, right, that's what I mean. Like, Danmachi needs a great game before you can do any of these projects of, like, you know, making it a unique game, custom character game, and so on and so forth. Because there's no point. Then at that point, you're basically competing against the likes of other custom creator character games, like your, you know, your Souls likes, your, you know, games like, for example, the Dragon's Dogma and Dragon's Dogma, or Dragon's Dogma, yeah, and so on and so forth. IMO, it's just not gonna work because then it's not gonna sell well. In my opinion, you need to propel the Danmachi IP first and foremost, which is gonna take a lot, and I don't think it's gonna be easy, and hence why I don't think it's gonna be likely that we're gonna get creator character things. But yeah, I think that would be the best. I think making it like a Legends Arceus, in my opinion, where it's like you have a hub area and then surrounding open areas, or like you go through zones, sort of like, or Xenoblade-esque, you could say, in a way as well. I think that would be the best way to go about it, in my opinion. I agree. I think you have to have like some small loading areas, small mini open world areas, and you're good to go. You don't need to go full open world. I don't think it's necessary for them to go full open world. I think having small open world regions and stuff is more than fine. Why did you save me? Why aren't you abandoning me? Do you think I stole your knife as a joke? Yeah, it was just a joke. It was just a prank, bro. It was just a prank, bro. Open world takes too much to render. The Switch was already on 12 gigs or not. The RAM for the Switch? No, it was like 4 gigs. The Switch's RAM was like 4 gigs if I'm not mistaken. Specs. Let me check. Yeah, 4 gigs of RAM. It was literally on 4 gigs of RAM. I mean, you have to remember that there are companies who, I mean, this is Monolith Software talking about, but Xenoblade Chronicles X was on a Wii U with only like 1.5 gigs of RAM. So like, yeah, no, but the Switch is like 7 years old, and you know how this how Nintendo is. They don't care about the graphics side of things. They just want to make sure that the, you know, games are good, which I think is the best way to go about it. I mean, you can see what's happening with other studios like Xbox and stuff, right? With Tango Gameworks and all, and how they have to keep shutting down because they're just not making enough money now because they're spending too much money on making games. I think, you know, the way Nintendo has been going is good. Obviously, now you can tell the age of the console, but I think especially with the upcoming Nintendo Switch, as long as it's like on the level of a PS4, PS4 Pro, which is what the leaks are suggesting, right? With the Switch 2, that is. I think they gotta just make sure that, you know, they gotta go for, you know, something that'll last long. And I think that'll last long because at the end of the day, in my opinion, in this era right now, the era that we're in, 1080p 60 is the minimum. I think a lot of people, they gotta go for it. Ain't true with the Switch 2? Well, it is kind of true with the Switch 2 because you're not seeing them going up against the PS5 or Xbox Series X or anything of that sort. They're sticking with the PS4 or PS4 Pro level console, which is still like a while back, and it's still a couple of years ago in that sense, in a way, right? So in my opinion, that's still true technically. So it doesn't, I mean, I think it's fine. But the thing is, the thing is now hearing that it's on the level of a PS4 Pro isn't as big of a problem because we've now reached a point where I feel like we've reached a sort of like a wall, because to be quite honest, 2K, 4K, I don't think that matters as much as long as it runs smoothly and is 1080p, maybe 720p is also fine technically. I think in handheld mode, if they can hit 720, 60 FPS is absolutely fine. But yeah. Bro, Nintendo never officially announced the Switch 2. It's one big troll. Wait, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Because it literally, they literally announced it. What the fuck do you mean by that, Miketsu? They literally called it the successor of the Switch. I mean, it might not be a Switch 2 necessarily, but yeah. I haven't said mean things about you behind your back. I'm a bad one, a thief. I'm the worst kind of prim. I've done nothing but lie to you. Yep. This guy, yup. Because you're a girl, like this guy, man. This guy. You'd save any woman just because she's a woman. I can't believe you're horrible. Womanizer, a pervert enemy of womankind. This guy, man. This guy. Was I dreaming or did I miss something? They literally announced it. They didn't even, it's not even leaks. The Nintendo Twitter account literally tweeted out saying that they've announced the Switch successor. The Switch successor will be dropping by the end of this fiscal year. They literally announced it. The Nintendo Twitter account literally announced that, yeah, by the end of the fiscal year, the Nintendo Switch successor will be announced, and that in the next Direct, which is coming out in June, they're not going to be making a mention of anything of this. Oh, the new one has, oh yeah, that has been leaked. Yes, that has been leaked. Super! What's up, my guy? It's been a minute, bro. How are you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Hello, Card. How are you doing, mate? Welcome to the stream. But yeah, the new one, yeah, we still don't know yet confirmation, but a lot of leakers and major news outlets are suggesting that it will have 12 gigs of RAM. Yes. I thought you were talking about the fact that you didn't see the successor announcement. I expect 60 FPS as well. I think handheld 720 60 FPS, in my opinion. Docked 1080p 60 FPS, in my personal opinion. I think that should be the way they go about it. As long as it's 60 FPS, that should be the target. I don't care if it's 720p on handheld or 1080p, as long as it's 60 FPS, because a handheld, it's such a small screen that 720p is still fine, to be quite honest. I don't think that's a big problem whatsoever. I just think that on docked, it has to be 1080p 60, and on handheld, it has to be 60, 720 or 1080p, I don't care. Doing good, how about you? I'm doing fantastic, mate. I'm doing fantastic. I feel like I barely played my Switch. They're really replacing it that soon? Well, it's been 9 years nearly since they announced the old one, and it's been what? It'll be 8 years since they launched the first one. 2017 March. If they drop it by 2025 March, let's say 2025 March, that'll be 8 years exactly. So yeah, technically they're replacing it, but it's not that soon considering it's literally the average lifespan of a console. If not, I think the Switch has lasted longer than the more recent consoles. Like PlayStation was what, 6 years? Because I think 2013 or 14, no 13 was when the PS4 and Xbox One came out, right? And 2020 I think is when they dropped PS5, PlayStation 4, PS5 and Xbox Series X, right? So 6-7 years for them, 8 years for the Switch makes sense, honestly. I think I used, considering all things said and done, I really think I used my Switch a lot, and I really enjoyed the time I spent on my Switch. But I do think I've noticed the age of it, of course, right? And for sure, it's been like an old thing now, but I'm very excited about the new one, because if the new one is also backwards compatible, done. You've sorted out everything, bro. Being able to play, honestly, you know, all the old games at good quality is gonna be so good. Scarlet and Violet potentially without any optimization issues. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom without any chugging. Xenoblade Chronicles without any chugging. Oh, I'm waiting for it, man. It got around 140. It's at 140, Miketsu. They announced it's past 140. So it is that popular now. It's like the third best selling console game behind the DS and PlayStation 2. 141 million, yeah. It's not gonna hit 150 million, unfortunately, because now that they've announced the Switch 2 is coming out, people are not gonna buy the new Switch, right? Of course, it makes sense, right? But yeah, I hope the new Switch really gets to that point as well. Absolutely. It's 10 years old nearly. How much is left from this game? Quite a lot still, because I have around 5 chapters of Bell to go and around 2 or 3 chapters of Ice to do. I was 16 when Danmachi first came out. I'm nearly 20. I'm 25 now. I'm sorry, Aina, I lost the protector you gave me, so what are you gonna do now? I got mine when Sword and Shield. It's been less than 5 for me. Yeah, I got mine because I spent I remember because I had a donation goal for when I was streaming on Twitch, and this was during when I was playing Danmachi Memoria Freese, that is, a Danmachi gacha game. And my familiar members were generous enough to kind of help support me a little bit as well. I think I was doing a 12-hour live stream to kind of generate some funds as well and everything, right? And they gratefully gave me, like, I think it was like 150 pounds. So that plus whatever I saved up a little bit as well, I got the Switch because of that. And I bought Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee as well as Super Smash Bros. Ultimate with that, basically. So my first game was Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. The moment they announced that a Pokemon game was coming on the Switch, right, that's when I got the Switch, because I was like, yeah, I need it. And honestly, it wasn't a bad idea, because I know a lot of people say Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Funny joke. But honestly, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is so underrated, man. What a game. What a game. That's the scene card right there. That's the Danmachi supporter, Miss Supporter scene card. Let's go greater than Sword and Shield. I agree, yeah. I think Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is probably the best. No, Legends Arceus is the best Switch game. Then Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Then I would probably say, what did I have more fun with? Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, low-key. No, would I say or Sword and Shield? No, the thing is, Scarlet and Violet was a better experience. It's just a shame the quality of the game let it down, because I'd love to play that game more, but I just don't want to go back to it because nobody else is playing it in my community, plus also just generally as well. I'd say Scarlet and Violet as the game was the third best, then Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and then Sword and Shield. But because of the poor optimization, I'd probably put Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl a bit above, I think, but yeah. Yeah, that is absolutely fair, Super. I agree with that, honestly, and that's fair. I think a lot of people said the same thing, on all honesty, but yeah. Like, only a PC while others have PS4, Xbox, and other stuff, yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, if you're on PC, you kind of have the best of all worlds because of emulation and stuff like that, so it's fine. What a Danmachi game needs to do for a campaign to be interesting to you if they still do Season 1 to Season 4 campaign? I think more of a focus in taking things from the light novel would be good. But again, if you're using 3D models, it's a little bit harder because you'd have to, you know, come up with the scenes yourself, right, for that sort of situation. That's why I feel like 2D is a much better scenario. Or going 2.5D would be way better for a gacha game or just a general game to go in terms of the scenes and stuff. But still, Seasons 1 to 4 campaign would be fantastic if they could adapt more of the light novel stuff, right? But more so than anything else, I think they need to also introduce some, like, maybe some side stories, some side quests and stuff like that to kind of sprinkle in the in-between sections, because I think that makes a big difference, in my opinion, more so than anything else. If they go down the direction of, like, making sure that there's other side quests and other stories that are being told while you're doing the Seasons 1 to 4 campaign. It doesn't have to be necessarily from the light novel itself. It can be original side quests and side stories, but I think that would be great. No, Legends Arceus, in my opinion, was my favorite one. I loved Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, honestly. Me and Wyatt, of course, I don't know if you remember Wyatt, Super, but Wyatt and I still stand by the fact that Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was probably one of the best experiences we've had in terms of Pokemon in, like, recent era. Such a fun game, even though it was only Gen 1 and everything. No items, I remember, or no abilities, I think it was. It was such a weird game in that sense. But at its core, the way they structured the game, the appearance of the game and everything, I think, yeah. I think they'd go from there. I think they do a great job with that, in all honesty. Like, I would love Let's Go Johto. I'd love a Let's Go Johto game, as long as they add wild battles again and add abilities back in and stuff like that. Just make it like a normal game, but if you want to keep the same appearance, same catching mechanics and stuff like that, absolutely fine with it. Honestly, absolutely fine with it. Recommend it. I'd honestly recommend it, especially on sale. Absolutely worth it. The best shiny hunting experience in my personal opinion. A good challenge as well at the post game as well, because I remember the post game challenge was hilarious because you had to go around and fight almost every trainer, or there would be trainers randomly placed with level 100s of each 151 Pokemon, which was so much fun because that means you had to prepare your one Pokemon as well at the same time, like Metapod versus Metapod level 100. So cool. It was so cool and such a fun experience. Such a random thing that you wouldn't expect to see. But yeah, it was quite fun. It was quite fun in all honesty. I remember playing Pokemon Yellow on an emulator while watching everybody play Let's Go. Yeah, no, I mean, that's what it was inspired by, right? So it makes sense. Yeah, honestly, such a fun experience. I highly recommend it, in all honesty. Let's Go was a lot of fun. With Mori Sensei agreed? Yeah, I think Mori Sensei agreed. Let's go Pikachu and Eevee. Sorry, Omori Sensei agreed side stories as well. I think it would be fantastic. Is he afraid of me? If so, it's not good to be alone. I only see the negative. I should have Loki update my status. Yeah, Lily is the closest one in terms of Belle's age. Oh boy. Try anything weird and I'll stab you. Damn. Hey, level 6, baby. That's when you would have ranked up. Best POV. But yeah, no, I'm very much looking forward to Legends Z to A, man. I'm very much looking forward to Pokemon Legends Z to A. Crazy how they go from that Let's Go post game to Sword and Shield post game. The problem is, I think with Sword and Shield and also Scarlet and Violet to an extent, I think Scarlet and Violet's post game was a little better than Sword and Shield. The problem is the post game for both of those games were mainly in the DLC and the expansions, which is absolutely fine. You can have that. But like, yeah, it is kind of unfortunate because then you have to wait for the DLC to do the post game for those games. You know what I mean? Which becomes a bit annoying in that sense, right? And you have to spend more money. But yeah, Legends Z2A is on the Switch, right? We don't know yet. They just said coming to the Switch consoles. Now, it could be Switch 2 and Switch, possibly. We just don't know yet. I think it'll be on both consoles because I think they're going to do like what they did with Breath of the Wild, right? Where it was on the Wii U and Switch, right? I think they're going to do the same thing with the launch titles for the Switch 2, where it'll be both consoles as well, technically, I think. I think at least. That's my personal thought process on that front. Is I think it'll be on both consoles. And I think Legends Z2A is going to be a launch title for the Nintendo Switch too. I think it's gonna be a proper launch title, which would be fantastic. Men are beasts. You've never been attacked by a man, but that's not the point. The more I think about it, the more depressed I become. Depends on the game capacity. Depends. Yeah, exactly. We'll have to wait and see what they're planning on doing. They could lower the quality of the game, as in lower the quality of the game means like, as in like lower the, you know, requirements of the game so that it is accommodating the Switch as well. Or, you know, make two versions of the game kind of simultaneously. One that is better for the Switch 2 and is much better on the Switch 2, and then the other one that can still work on the Switch as well. Potentially that is something they could do as well, but we'll have to wait and see. I hope they don't necessarily kind of constrain themselves a little bit too much because of the Switch though, at the same time. If it is going to be coming on the Switch 2, of course, as well. As long as it is in open world, it should work. Well, from what we know is that it's all based in Lumio City. At least based on what they've said in the, you know, notes and stuff, right? Is that it is based only in Lumio City. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, it depends on how big they make Lumio City, to be honest, as well. I don't think she's that pretty because of how expressionless. I mean, it's taste at the end of the day. Everybody has different tastes. Some people prefer ice, some people prefer somebody else. It's as simple as that. I feel like this game would be better if you can switch characters. I mean, again, I think if they had the gameplay from Dancro, but the rest of the game was Danmachi Infinite Combat, I think this game would have done really well, to be honest. The gameplay and graphics from Dancro, but also just generally having the look off. Come over here, buddy. Boy, oh my god, he can reach me from there, but I can't reach him, you son of a bitch. I'll be there in a second, boy. I'll be there in a second to take you down. There we go. I don't know which direction I have to go. I'm gonna go down first. There is a time limit, so I have to be careful here. Okay, I went the wrong way. Fantastic. Already off to a good start, guys. Already off to a good start. But yeah, I'm very curious to see exactly how they're gonna do Legend Z to A. The thing is with Legend Z to A, right? I'm really hoping that they've taken their time with making that game. You need to go to Dancro with this idea. Vote for Gale for president of Aiming Inc. I mean, like I've said, if they want to contact me, my emails are in the description. They can immediately just get in touch with me and I'll help them out with whatever suggestions they need. Any advice, any help. I can get an idea on exactly what they have to do as well. Because at the end of the day, I don't know their capacities and stuff. That's the biggest issue. It depends on what budgets they're working with and stuff. Like, at the end of the day, that makes a big difference as well, right? And how they have to deal with the IP and stuff. Because again, it depends on how much SB Creative is actually, you know, helping them as well. Because that's something I don't know what they're doing there. So yeah. Lafia is closer in terms of age with Belle. Lafia is close as well, but Lily is closer. I think Lafia is 16 if I recall correctly, and Belle is Belle's 14, Lily is 15. I don't remember. I think Lafia is 16, or Lafia is 15 or 16. I think it's either that they're the same age. She's the same age as Lily, or she's a year older than Lily. I don't remember. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna just pick it up because we were close to the time limit. I was like, I could just wait and see, but like, I don't know if there's gonna be a spawn or not. I just heard that someone prefers different things. Loki. Oh my god, it's Hestia. Lafia is 15. Okay, yeah, fair enough. I wasn't sure if she was 15 or 16. I couldn't remember from the top of my head. Is this a mother's duty? Oh my god, hello. Hello, Riveria. I know who the client is already. Gotta go. All good, mate. All good. Okay, do not disturb was on. I was wondering why my phone just lit up for some reason. Do not disturb turned on. That's why. Because it is past 11 o'clock, right? I have do not disturb on for the weekend so that I can have a good night's rest without anybody fucking calling me up or shit. Alright, there we go. Let's carry on here basically. Let's move on. Let's move on. But yeah, I'm actually going to be making a video tomorrow actually talking about Danmachi Full End of Waterlight being on maybe the Switch 2 as well. But yeah. Yeah, Ice is, well, theoretically a 16. She's kind of like Aang in that sense from Avatar, where she's basically been cryo-frozen effectively for like 1,000 years or so, right? So we don't know exactly how much her body has aged or not necessarily compared to everybody biologically. There we go. Beautiful stuff. Let's move on. Let's beat these rabbits up, boy. Were there more enemies spawning in behind me? No. I just want to make sure because we got to get them skill points. You know, we got to get them skill points on Ice as well. We only have one page of Ice to go, basically. We literally have only one page of Ice to go. Ice's skill page is going to be maxed out within, I think, by today, actually, most likely. Funnily enough, I think by today. We'll have to check out what we can do at floor 50 because we saw that there was a floor 50 stage now unlocked, so we can get some more skill points there. But yeah, we'll probably be able to max out Ice's skill page today if possible. Alright, let's see here. I was wondering, where are the fucking medicines, bro? We only got one so far. Oh, come on. Enough. Let me grab these treasures as well. Beautiful stuff. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Alright, let's carry on here. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I saw something spawning. There we go. I was about to say, I heard something spawning. Even though the Final Fantasy music is blaring over the in-game audio, I was like, I can hear something. I can hear something. I'm gonna go left first. I don't know if this was a smart idea, but we're gonna go left and see what we can get here. I think both ways lead me to the end goal of where we need to be. I think. No. Oh, I've reached a dead end. No! Game! Why have you forsaken me like this? I thought there would be an ingredient there, but no, never mind. Something is odd about Lily because when she's introduced, it gives you the impression she was the adventurer for at least 20 years or more. Well, to be fair, she's gone through a lot as well. So I wouldn't necessarily blame her for being like an adventurer that is like adventuring for 20 plus years basically, because of how insane how many insane things she's gone through basically. I don't necessarily blame her entirely, to be honest. I don't really blame her, to be honest. Oh my god, I need to run. I'm gonna just check. Is this where... Fuck, this place is massive. Okay, I might not be able to beat everybody, but I'm gonna try and beat as many people as we can, or as many mobs as we can, before getting that final ingredient, basically. I'm gonna have to time this perfectly, because otherwise we're gonna be screwed, basically. Big time. God damn it, I didn't realize we would be stuck here, basically, for this long. Alright, let's go up here. Alright, up here. Oh, I've come the wrong way. No! You stupid game. What are we saying about the map? Okay, I know where we need to go. I forgot that the map was the thing, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a minute since I've used the map. Wait, is there something here? Final ingredient. I'll just take it right now. I can't risk it because if I go all the way up top, it's gonna take a long time. So there's no point in me risking that. We can grind more later on. Your skin, I didn't do anything. I thought as much. Did I fail you to raise you properly? No, I'm not your parent, though it's true. I've taught you that much. I should have educated you on manners, not only on fighting. I'm gonna put something on your face before you go to sleep. Damn. Damn. I really want a Danmachi movie where where the story is about Albert and his deeds. Honestly, I think that I would love for Omori Sensei. I mean, of course, we're probably gonna get a little bit of it, or we're gonna probably get more information about that in the main light novel and stuff, right? But I'd love for Omori Sensei to make a separate book later down the line for Albert only. It would be amazing. Okay, we only have 5 of these slots to go. Come on, we can get it done. We're pretty close. I think I'm gonna focus on that entirely right now. We gotta get this done. We gotta get it done. Floor 50. Here we go. This will give us more points. Man, I love RPGs, man. Also, by the way, I've been seeing... you know what? I was watching... I wasn't watching, but in the morning when I woke up, I saw that Kai Cenat finally started his Elden Ring playthrough, right? And I literally saw that he got stuck on the tree sentinel for apparently 5-6 hours or something like that. Which is so funny, to be honest, but it makes sense as well because even I had to do that as well. I knew he was an optional boss, and I remember one of my mates, Ignan, telling me that you know, he's literally an optional boss, but I was like, nah, it's about pride this time round. Was it 2 hours? I saw on Twitter it was 6 hours apparently. Was it 2 only? It might have been somebody else then. It was 6 hours, but I saw something about 6 hours later about somebody else. I could be wrong, but I saw 6 hours. Yeah, like I said, I could have been wrong on that. But either way, I remember, oh, you beat him in 6 hours. Okay. Wait, is that it? No way. Wait, is that floor 50 only? Are you kidding me, game? All right, we're gonna have to do more here. Okay, I thought there would have been more. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be more. I mean, it's fast, but goddamn. I wish you could retry the dungeon again and again, because technically all you need to do is just walk back up, right? I guess. Well, I guess it depends on the enemy spawns. So I mean, in that sense, they're being true to the fact, oh, you have to wait until the enemies or the dungeon spawns more monsters. But I mean, at floor 50, surely they should be spawning like wildfire. But yeah, I think it took me about... I beat him the same night. I remember beating him the same night. But I think I must have taken about 3 hours. I think I took 3 hours or so, I want to say. Because I remember the first hour, I was just like, brother, what the fuck is going on? And then the second hour, I was like, okay, now this is my shit. And then the third hour, I think I beat him, basically. It took me a little bit, though. It definitely took me a little bit. It wasn't as simple as, oh, beating him in one go kind of thing. Yeah, we're getting the Season 5 update in 2 weeks, on the 23rd of May. We're getting a Season 5 update on 23rd May, which is going to be very fog. I'm very excited. Hopefully trailer. Hopefully trailer that day. I'm really hoping for the trailer. It's time for us to get the trailer now. We've been waiting far too long. We've been waiting far too long for Season 5's trailer. Oh. Ew. I didn't realize that was where the door was. I thought it was on the top. Can you see the door from here? No, you can't see the door in the map. Okay, that's good. Because I wasn't sure if it was like Mystery Dungeon where you could see the door on the map. But no, it's you can't. Alright, shouldn't we get a Bleach season this year? I think, yeah, there is going to be something for Bleach this year, yeah. Well, there's a lot of things for Bleach. I know Bleach is getting like another game by K-Lab as well. K-Lab is making a new Bleach gacha game as well, which is insane. So I don't know if that means Bleach Brave Souls is gonna die maybe soonish or what, but I don't know. I want more of a review of the stuff that makes the anime. Well, I mean, yeah, they could do that, but I feel like that's something that they can do closer to the anime release maybe or something, like a behind the scenes. I know what you mean. But like, I feel like that can be done later on anyways. I think we need a trailer as well, though, to be honest, to generate more hype for the season, to be honest. Also, what time? Honestly, you know what they should have done? They should have just dropped the Season 5 trailer amongst all this Discord about the Hades Hestia. Honestly, that would have been such a good way to promote the anime. Unintentional, but hey, listen, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta capitalize on moments like that, man. You gotta capitalize on moments like that. If I was in the studio, if I was the SB creative, I would have been like, drop that shit now, go for it, boom, drop it on all the socials immediately. I would have immediately been like that, bro. This is such a golden opportunity. We're seeing people talk about Danmachi, admittingly not all of them in a very good light, but still they're talking about Danmachi, so go send that shit, bro. Also, I'm doing this stage again and again because I want the Black Rhino drop items, the drop materials, so we can buy more weapons and stuff. But yeah, no, I was just like, bro, come on, you gotta do this. That would cause a wildfire. Yeah, no, it would have been insane. But again, it's just a perfect opportunity. Like they say, any publicity is good publicity, but even then I would probably have said that I would have preferred it to be in a bit of a better light, to be honest, still, especially considering it's the first proper public mention of Danmachi in years. It would have been nice if, you know, we didn't get fucked over by basically, you know, the situation, but it is what it is, you know, it's how it do be. It's how it do be. Sometimes we can't control what the what the peeps on Twitter have to say. All right, let's see. One thing I want to actually check before we carry on with this stage. 1 second. Okay, we're at the end, right? 1 second. I forgot to do my daily check now because we're closing onto the middle of the month. Now is the time where all these companies should be dropping more info about their investor reports. I want to just check NeoWiz's, man. I'm waiting on NeoWiz's big time. Ah, there it is. There it is. Let's see. I'm waiting to see if there's any information here. No, there's no new information. Yeah, it's definitely not coming this year. The Danmachi gacha game is not coming in 2025. Because this is they're only showing their fiscal year 2024 stuff, and it's not in the list at all. So the new Danmachi gacha game from NeoWiz is not till 2025. So I think SB Creative has to basically, if they really want to make money off Infinite Combat more so, they gotta be helping them a little bit more, man. They 100% have to be helping it out. What Twitter? You mean X? Fuck off. I ain't calling it X ever, man. Fuck that shit. Unless I'm being very sarcastic about it, I ain't calling it X at all. No way in hell. No way in hell. No shot. No shot. But yeah, no, that confirms it. I think what they're doing is this year they're gonna drop the Danmachi Full End of Water and Light game, and then next year in 2025 we're gonna get the Danmachi Gacha game. That's my thought process. Okay, that kind of confirms it. That confirms it, which is absolutely fine. I mean, it makes sense. Like I said, I'm not too surprised that they're doing that. But again, I just think that if they really want to make money out of not Infinite Combat, Dancro, they gotta be helping them a little bit more, man. This is it's very unfortunate that it seems like Aiming Inc. have been basically left to take the brunt of the hit effectively, based on what Shiro said a couple of weeks ago. But I mean, did it to themselves, to be honest. All right, there we go. Come on. I mean, I kind of expected it when we saw the last time, but yeah. This wasn't a surprise because there's no new info about the new gacha game. Well, it's not about that necessarily. You can still have no new info, but you want to know about if the fact that it's coming out this year or not. Even if it was coming out this year, the fact that there's no info isn't really necessarily too shocking, because there are games like that that just come out of nowhere and are probably releasing in the next 3-4 months. You know, you look at games like Azure Promilia, for example. I'm just giving that as an example. It's the Azure Lane version of Genshin Impact, basically, or Genshin Impact, the Genshin Impact of Azure Lane without the ships, though. Basically, it's made by the same developers and whatnot, but yeah, it's basically like a Genshin Impact version of Azure Lane, effectively. They only just announced it like a month or two ago, and it's already in pre-registration. So it's not really unsurprising that they wouldn't do that, but we need to know still if it's coming out this year or next year. And the fact that it's not scheduled for 2024 anymore says that it's probably coming out next year instead. So yeah. Let me go to the market and sell some of these Rhino items and see how much this man needs, the Smith owner. Oh my god, we have so much stuff here. Let me sell all of these things. Well, the reason why we knew so much about Dancro beforehand, and we only found out about Dancro 6 months in advance, not a year before. We only found out about Dancro and, you know, started seeing trailers for it technically in December or January, when the 10th anniversary was announced. And that's the other reason why we found out about Dancro so much so soon, is because of the 10th anniversary of Danmachi. They literally were like, oh, we're doing the Danmachi 10th anniversary. Boom. And that's why we got the 10th anniversary of Danmachi, basically. It's like, and that's why we got Dancro info as well, because of that as well. Alright, let me just talk to him now and see how much he needs. But we knew about Dancro 6-7 months in advance. And then, yeah. 10 killer clan on ants to make a claymore. Brown viola vines, okay. What else do you need, brother? 5 more dragon scales. Oh my goodness me. Okay, so he needs all of those things, basically. So we got the Rhino things done, I guess. So let's move on with the story now, I think. Let me just level up Aiza a little bit more, 1 second. There we go. We only have 4 more stages to go. So let's continue with Aiza's story a little bit, and then maybe we can get a mid-break and then farm her a little bit more. Alright, defeat all the Violasses. That's gonna give us some more rewards as well. Everyone correct, but why I don't still understand my heart, that boy. Yeah, you like that boy. Just deal with it. I love how she hears us scream, bro. He always runs away. I just feel depressed staying here. Damn. Alright, let's go with these settings. Alright, let's cook. Let us cook. But yeah, I mean, it's... but the other reason why you can make an argument as well as to why we weren't going to be getting the game this year is because technically we got more info about this. What's it called? Danmachi Full End of Water and Light already before we got any information about Dancro. So in that sense, fair enough. Touche. Because yeah, we did technically get way more info about Danmachi Full of Water and Light already before we got any info about New Wiz's Gacha. Alright, let's go. But yeah, I'm hoping we get some more info about Danmachi Full of Water and Light soonish, to be honest as well. I'd like more info about that game. Alright, another Violas. Very nice. Ooh, 2 at once, baby. You make my dreams come true. Okay, that was a little bit too easy, though. I was expecting a little bit more there. Who are you? Hey, mommy, please buy this for me. Who are you calling mommy? I'm not here to buy you drinks. Get some Soma wine for me. 60,000 Valis. Am I going to play it on the channel? Yeah, of course. Full of Water and Light, absolutely. 100%. The day it drops, we'll play it. Well, assuming it comes globally, of course. If it doesn't come globally, I'll have to obviously spend money on shipping it over and all that jazz and then playing it, of course. Or buying it on the Japanese e-store or something. This one? Wait, what do you mean by this one? Oh, you mean the newest gacha game? Absolutely, yeah. 100%. Well, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna see how it goes. And of course, if it's gonna be better than Ankro, maybe it'll be the primary gacha game on the channel. But we'll have to wait and see, of course. Exploring the dungeon and teaching younger member. Actually, one of my tasks has brought me here today. Where did you hear such a thing? I see, I've heard similar things about the shady behavior of this. Oh, yeah, this channel. It'll be on this channel. Anything Danmachi related will be on this channel. If it isn't Danmachi related, it'll probably be on the second channel. But yeah, if it's Danmachi related, it'll all be on this channel. Pokemon, Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, etc. all will be on the Gale channel. This channel is dedicated to Danmachi. I'd like to ask directly, could I ask you what you know about Soma? Soma, I'm not friends with that fool. Hey, Nathan. I like Soma wine. I like it so much. You could say, my search around Aurora, I heard a strange rumor. Can you believe that this 60,000 Valis wine is a failure? Such a premium taste. Lovers of Soma wine have a natural desire. Do you know what it could be? Do you want to drink the successful one? Correct, but I don't know whether the successful one is on the market, so I went directly to the home. What kind of dirty trick did you pull? He doesn't have the sense to run the familiar nor the motivation. Simple, you need money to produce wine. So the familiar members earn the money and he makes the wine. They believe in the wine rather than the god. Damn. Hello, Null Void. How are you doing, mate? Welcome to the stream. Woo. Do you know how donkeys act if they haven't had a carrot hung in front of them for a long time? They do it even though they beat the weak. Oof. But yeah, almost finished with my drink. I might have to get some more in a little bit as well. Hopefully it's not moving on me to the next chapter. Okay, I was about to say, I gotta farm a little bit, man. I gotta farm a little bit more. We gotta cook. I'm gonna go back to the 16th, 17th floors, to be quite honest. Because I feel like we're gonna get more points there rather than in floor 50, to be honest. So I'm gonna just farm here more so. Because I want to just try and max out eyes right here, right now. Because I don't know if we'll have enough time for it in chapter 6. Well, we will probably have enough time for it in chapter 6, but still. Then we can just run through chapter 6. Literally, chapter 6 is all about doing the story and then getting the weapon farm done. There we go. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Alright, there we go. Beautiful stuff. How many stories do you think Amori Sensei could put between Argo and Albert? A decent amount, man. It's 2,000 years. Surely shit must have gone down between that lifespan massively. A lot of stuff must have happened. You know, you got the stories with the elves, the dwarves. You've got so many stories that you can easily do, especially over time. I think they could do it. I mean, the fact that he did Knights of Fianna literally 10 years after the events of Argonaut, I mean, you could easily do more. 100%. There's just so many stories he could do easily. I mean, even technically after Argonaut as well, in between in between Albert and the current era that we're in, he could do so much as well. How Aurario was set up with the original gods, how did they get into power, how was the system set up in Aurario, right? How did the currency come into play, how did dungeoning actually start working, who were the first, you know, individuals to be given the, you know, the Falna as well, not just of course Uranus and Fels and whatever, but like the original, like, first fall of, you know, blessed humans or beings, you know, mortals, the first blessed mortals. Who were they? You could do a story with that as well. I think that could have been a really good anniversary story as well, to be honest. The first blessed you know, thingy-mabobbas as well, the first blessed mortals. Oh, that could have been a really good story. Because we could have seen how they started dungeoning. Did they go through a lot of pain? Did the first blessed individuals get too cocky? Did they die immediately, or were they actually long-lasting individuals? Who survived, who didn't survive? I ain't gonna cap, man. That would have been a cool idea. That's a cool idea to me. IMO. That is a cool idea to me. Let's go back to floor 50. I'm gonna do only one HP upgrade now. For Danmimo's last anniversary, well, they can't do it anymore. Danmimo's last anniversary is them shutting the game down. Unfortunately, that is the last update. So unfortunately, I don't think they can do anything there. But yes, I think they could have. If they wanted to do something special for Danmimo, if they still carried on with the game and stuff, I think that would have been a fantastic idea. You know, going down the direction of maybe doing something with that as well. And you know, talking about who were the first blessed gods and goddesses, right? Not gods and goddesses, I mean mortals. In all honesty, I think that would have been so cool. Oh, for instead of SO12, yeah, I think more so than that, I would have preferred first and foremost to get the final Age of Heroes story that Omori probably wanted to do. I'm pretty sure for Danmimo, which is the story about the elves, because I'm assuming that he wanted to do something with the elves as well. Just like he did with the Prims, the dwarves, the you know, the normal human beings, the elves, and so on and so forth, right? Not the elves, sorry, the beastmen, women. I think we could have gotten something with potentially the elves as well, inevitably, and I think that would have been so good as well. That would have been a great end to that trilogy of stories, basically. Effectively, that trilogy of stories, right? I think that was what I would have preferred for the final anniversary for Danmimo as well. But to be honest, even SO12 like is good, in all honesty. There's no denying it. I refuse to you know, listen to otherwise. SO12, yes, while I understand people were disappointed that it's just you know, it's just an adaptation, I think the fact that we actually have a voice version of SO12, because we don't know if we'll ever get the anime version ever, right? So hearing it voiced and everything, I think is still amazing, honestly. In retrospect, you know I was probably one of the more critical ones of it being SO12, to be quite honest. I think I was one of the most critical in regards to that, but I do think in hindsight, you know, it was quite nice. It was very, very nice that they did that, in all honesty, because I don't know, I feel like a lot of people I think a lot of people would agree with that. You know, it could have been something special, like you said. You know, it could have been something in between Argo Albert. It could have been one of the it could have been a story about the elves. It could have been a story about you know, it could have been a story about the first mortals to get a blessing, so on and so forth. But yeah, SO12 was good to me personally. Same, I think SO12 was fantastic. I love the fact that we got SO12, to be honest. I think it was such a well done experience. I do think they didn't need to make some of the changes that they ended up making, right? I don't know why Omori even allowed that shit to run, to be quite honest. He's one of the culprits for allowing that to run, to be honest. I don't know why he did that, but I'm okay with everything else otherwise. You know, I'm still okay with everything else, in all honesty. The fact that they still kind of, you know, focus in on things like, you know, the what's it called? You know, some of the changes I like, some of the changes I didn't like. I should specify that. But yeah, I love the focus, the way they focused on everything. They didn't miss out on anything majorly. Like, it was, I still remember, I literally had the novel read right before every part so that I could remember like how exactly they did everything. And I remember even keeping it open as well at the same time, so that in case I missed out on anything, I would be like able to refer back to it and see like, okay, I don't remember this. Did this actually happen? And I'd be like, okay, no, it did actually happen. And I remember saying like, you know, for the most part, it was a one-to-one adaptation outside of additions. Nothing was changed necessarily. Well, actually, I think one or two things might have been changed slightly, but for the most part, it was a one-to-one change. It was a one-to-one, sorry, it was a one-to-one adaptation outside of the additions. He sees me as a Minotaur. Oh man, Ice Minotaur in a cartoon when. I mean, yeah, what goes around comes around. I mean, you're not wrong. The thing is, Danmimo, especially the international version of Danmimo, started with Sword Oratorium, funnily enough. And it makes so much sense because you have, like you said, the three main heroes, right? We kept asking why they never added Ryu. Maybe the plan was all along that SO12 would have been the final story no matter what, for whenever they decided to end it. But yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. I'll put some alcohol in a little bit later, not now. Is he afraid of me, huh? Are they? That's the name of Belkan supported. Maybe it's all in my mind, but I believe he's in some trouble. Please help him. I understand. I need to go. Bal Granel was really grateful for your help. Please help him. But yeah. It's insane. Like, SO12 was like the perfect come around as well. And I mean, saying that as well, first anniversary of Danmimo, Grand War, focused on, you know, Bell, Lafia, and Eyes. What goes around, again, comes around. It's how it is. What goes around comes around, basically. What goes around does come around indeed. That was what made me super happy about SO12 as well, is that in theory, you know, everything comes around basically. How have you grown so much in this short period of time? It took me half a year to get to level floor 10. It's impossible. Belt's just that guy, Eyes. Belt's just that guy. You don't think he's that guy? Alright. Defeat all orcs. Let's go. Alright, let's go beat up the orcs now. Oh, Eyes is about to just tear apart these guys, man. These are floor 10 mobs, bro. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Are we cooking or what? There we go. Too bad we won't have a season 5 gacha when each week when the anime comes. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be possible with Infinite Combat. Not because of Infinite Combat Dancrow, sorry. Not because Dancrow is bad in that sense, but it's just gonna be much harder for them to do. Whereas Danmimo, it's all about just creating the sprites and stuff like that and artwork, right? Here you have to create the artwork, but then you have to do the 3D rendering, models. It's not easy. No, it's not easy at all. So I wouldn't be surprised if we won't get a weekly gacha. We'll probably get some freebies and we'll probably get one gacha banner like at the start of the season or in the middle of the season, but not like a weekly gacha like how Danmimo did. No, we'll probably get like free multis and stuff like that most likely, but yeah. Oh my god, there's so many orcs, by the way. Is there any more? Oh, I gotta go back. Wait, what? Let me run around and see if it triggers any points. Wait, where? Oh no. There's no time limit, at least. That's good. But where did I miss an orc? Eminence had a weekly gacha when the anime was live, but we have to remember, Eminence doesn't have 3D models. Their gameplay style, or not gameplay style, but like the way their game works is similar to Danmachi in that sense of like it's sprite based and everything, right? If I'm not mistaken, I remember playing a little bit of it. I don't remember that much, to be honest. I keep forgetting how Eminence exactly looks like, but it's a very simple game in that sense, in terms of how to make it and stuff. I was able to help him, a protector, maybe. The clasp is still broken, still protect him from the orc attacks. I should deliver it to him. But I can't go to his home. Maybe I could meet him somewhere, but he almost always runs away. I'll go see the guild worker. I should let her know he's safe. Hey, Eyes Wallenstein, chapter 5 complete. The penultimate chapter as well for Eyes as well. That is the penultimate chapter for Eyes. I should be saving more often, man. I'm not saving enough. After last time's crash, I should be saving way more, but I just keep forgetting to. It's more like a Danmachi than a Dancro. Yeah, I've thought as much. Where is Aina-san? Initiation. She's talking to someone. I want to let her know that I formed a party with Lily. Belkan. That person next to Eyes Wallenstein, son. She's looking at me. I need to run. This man, bro. I swear. Sorry, are you okay? It's rude to run off like that. This guy, man. Miss Wallenstein just wants to talk to you. My protector, why didn't she picked it up in the dungeon? She came to me because she knew I was your advisor. Please stay here, I'll die. My man's about to fall apart. Aren't you a boy? You've got lots of things to discuss. Why don't you tell her, okay? No way, I can't look at her in AI. This is yours. You were in a tough situation and afterwards, did I drop anything else? I'm sorry. Because I let that mentor get away, I caused you a lot of trouble and hurt. I've been wanting to apologize, I'm sorry. You did nothing wrong, Valentine. I mean, you saved my life. Because I kept running away instead of apologizing, I'm sorry. You're trying very hard with the dungeon exploration here. I've learned to fight by myself, so I'm always close to being beaten by monsters. I have a long way to go. You don't have anyone to teach you. What about me? Hey, are we gonna fight Ice? Hey, yo. Is there gonna be a boss fight against Ice now? No way. Help me, Ice. What should we do? I've been considering it since yesterday. Shall we practice sword swings? Your weapon is a knife, isn't it? Do you use kicks or martial arts? Let's begin there. Did this suggest your... She looks funny practicing movements. She's cute though. Is she an airhead? Yeah, you dead. This man's knocked out. Oh. Between games and anime and fanfics, I've seen at least season 1 story that at least 100 times. That's the problem, like a lot of these games and fanfics and stuff, right? Because they have to start at season 1 always, it becomes a little bit more problematic there, whereas season 1 has been done so many times that people are tired of it, which is the reason why people say like, oh, we don't want to go through the game, you know, story in the game again and stuff like that. But like, they kind of have to, because we've never gotten season 1 told in, you know, a proper way of like, you know, 3D models in the case of Dancro. Infinite Combat is the first time we've gotten it in a console game, and then Danmachi was obviously where we got it properly, right? I would say Danmachi was probably the best one we can take a look at as well. But even that was very original as well, and doesn't feature a lot of the light novel stuff as well. So I think if they do plan on doing a proper console game, I do think season 1 to 4 would be nice to do, and including season 1. But that's where I say like maybe adding more side quests, more light novel stuff, I think would be fantastic, I think. just to add a little bit more flavor. She's more air than head. Touche, touche. As well as a stage with 1,000 floors and there's no break point. Well, I mean, that's different to season 1 being done again and again, you know? It'll be alright now, you're ready for it? I want you to start feeling the fight, try to be sensitive to what happens. No save either, damn. That kind of reminds me of like the 100 battles in this. Oh wow. I ain't gonna lie, the thumbnail for this live stream, right? I just picked it up randomly. I didn't even think that we were gonna reach this point in the thingy. It's literally the thumbnail background, but yeah. No. What I was saying was, no, I'm not talking about SAO. I'm talking about Budokai Tenkaichi. It reminds me of Budokai Tenkaichi where you had to do 100 battles in one go, basically. It kind of reminds me of that, basically. Alright. You're a coward, aren't you? Oof. That's the word I don't want to hear most from the person I don't want to hear from the most. Straight up, but perhaps running is all you do when the time comes. Don't lose focus. Don't create blind spots. Keep an eye on everything around you. You're not used to the pain, don't be afraid of it. You're not any good at defense, your skills are lacking. Damn, this girl, she's going off. If you continue this way, you'll learn a fighting way even if you don't want to. I think you'll be closer to your goal. So strict and yet kind. She's waiting for me to get up. Damn, let her cook. Let her cook. Alright, in the meantime, we will continue cooking by going to following floors. Wait, where's floor 10? I played them all besides the newest one, but I never finished Licorice. I've not played any of the newest ones. The last one I played was Gun Gale, if I recall correctly. Which has been, so it's been a while. I know they've released like 2 or 3 recently. I mean, to be fair as well, with speaking of Gun Gale, there is a new Gun Gale season coming out, right? If I'm not mistaken. What anime have I seen recently, Gale? To be honest, I've been primarily catching up on the new season stuff. I've been watching a little bit of Kaiju number 8, which has been pretty good actually. I've been kind of enjoying that quite a bit, Kaiju number 8. But also I've been just catching up on and binge watching a lot of the other series that I've kind of been skipping out on and stuff like that. Like this weekend, I'm probably going to catch up on Data Life finally, and then maybe some other shows as well while I'm at it as well. Alright, let's see here. What are we looking at in terms of the map? Okay, I need to go back down. Shit, I should just open up the map during like the junction so that I know where I'm supposed to be going next. Which is the wrong way. Listen, I gotta go the wrong way in order to go the right way. I gotta go the wrong way to go the right way, is what they say. Okay, is there literally nothing here? Are you serious? Okay, there's literally nothing here. Alright, damn. Damn, I thought there was been something there for sure, but never mind. Yeah, Demon Slayer first episode is next week as well. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's been so... It feels like it's been so long, but it doesn't feel that long either at the same time. Okay, we need one more ore. I'm gonna probably make sure not to pick up the next ore. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was a special item originally. I initially thought that that was a very special item, and I was like, ooh, special item. But no, never mind. It's just one of the items we need for the quest. But it's so late in the season. Well, to be fair, it might be because there's not much they need to adapt right now still, right? In the sense like they don't... this season's probably going to be a shorter season. That's probably why. I don't know how many episodes it's confirmed to be, but like, yeah. Also, probably Ufotable trying to you know, take their time with producing the anime episodes. And well, at this point it's kind of like, well, if you know that they're gonna do a good job, then why rush them, kind of thing. Okay, nothing down here. Let's move along. Let's move along. Kind of hoping for a set of enemies there. Feels like there's not that many enemies in this stage, man. I don't know why. I mean, we've been facing up against some of these war shadows, but it doesn't feel like there's been that many people, man. Alright, let's see. I know I'm a manga reader for Demon Slayer. Okay, then yeah, you know what we're talking about, yeah. I mean, yeah, this upcoming arc is a bit of a short arc for the final arc, of course, right? Because after this, we're going into the final arc of Demon Slayer, which is crazy to think about. We're approaching the finale for Demon Slayer as well, which is insane. I wonder how they'll do it, man. I'm quite curious to see how they'll do the Infinity Castle stuff. I want to say they'll probably split up into movies or something. I want to say 3-part movies or something, maybe. I don't know. Alright, you have a good one, Mikitsu. Take it easy, man. Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate it big time, mate. Oh, don't push me into the damn thing. I'm trying to kill y'all. Alright, I think we're good. Let's pick up the ore. I think the final arc needs 2 seasons at least. I think they'll do it in either seasons or a movie. I feel like movies are a little more likely, to be honest. Hey, I better be getting some. I better be getting armor there. More money. I mean, hey, if they go for a movie, it's more money there. To be honest, they'll be making bank if they do that. To be honest, they'll be making big bucks. They'll make big bucks if they do that. They'll genuinely make a lot of money if they do that. To be honest. Alright. I just had to put my phone for charge. Oh, time limit as well, man. Come on. I mean, it's only a killer ant one, but yeah, that's fine. Also, I think it's time for me to bring out the fan and switch it on now. Because it is getting warm in my room. Like, holy shit. I'm feeling like warm now. What's the temperature right now? I want to see outside. Weather. Yeah, 13 degrees. It's not too hot, but like my room is feeling very warm. So I think I'm gonna have to bring out the fan from now on. I'm gonna have to set it up properly and stuff. I'll bring out the screwdrivers, clean it up, clean the filter out and everything before I switch it on. At least it's not like boiling hot, but like I'm definitely feeling warm in my room now. Also doesn't help that the obviously because I'm streaming and stuff, my laptop is extremely warm as well now. So yeah, gotta make sure everything is ready to go for the fan and stuff. This is the problem in the UK, man. This is the problem in the UK. We have still coolish weather, but the moment Walter, where's my antenna, by the way? What's happening here? I've not gotten a single drop yet. I better be getting some drops soon, man. What the hell is going on? Have I watched Chain Soldier? No, I don't think I've heard of it. No, I've not seen it. No, I've definitely not seen it. No. Come on, where's these ants with the killer ant antennas? Come on. Game, don't fuck me up here, man. Yes, there we go. Finally. I was about to say, bro, we should be getting these killer ant antennas soonish, man. We're struggling here otherwise. Alright, where are we right now? I think we've come the wrong way. Okay, I need to go. Oh no, these guys have it. What? How are you supposed to do this quest? Brother. Brother. There's no way. Oh my god. I've run out of time. I've actually run out of time. Are you serious? How? How are we supposed to do this? Restart the quest, man. What the fuck? No, it's not a bug. It's just you have to run. I don't know if you have to beat the enemies or something. You can't beat the enemies or something. Okay. I gotta move. I gotta move. I just gotta keep moving. Okay. I'm gonna go this way. Go, 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 go. I can't waste that much time with these guys. I just gotta move. I gotta move. I saw one enemy spawning back there, but we can't waste time. Any enemies I see in front of me, those are the enemies I'm gonna beat. I don't care about the ones behind me. I can't risk wasting time on these guys, man. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Move, move, move. I'd say that and I try and go for the person behind me. Sounds about right, to be honest. Alright, fuck that guy, fuck that guy, fuck that guy. There we go, beautiful. There we go. Alright, I need to go this way. Oh my god, I didn't realize that this was gonna be this close cut. I only realized that the time was so limited until when I got here and it was like a minute to go or something, and I was like, bro, are you serious? Come on, spawn the other ants. Is that it? I don't know, but I gotta move, wait, I need that guy. Alright, five antennas. I hope this is enough. There we go, come on, move, 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 move. Come on, Gale. Alright, there we go. No, enough. I gotta move. No. Alright, there. I've realized that they spawn wherever there's like mini ants. Oh my god, are you serious? One more. Give me one more. No, get me that. No! Oh, are you serious? Just one more. I should have used Lily's ability, man. I should have used Lily's ability. I should use Lily's ability more as well anyways, to be honest. I don't know why I'm not doing that. Come on, move. Skill issue, for real skill issue, to be honest. Come on, move. Ignore that guy, nobody cares about him. Alright, let's go. I didn't mean to do that, I meant to use Q. Alright, let's go. I should also use Firebolt a little bit more, man. At least in that sort of situation. There we go. The problem is Firebolt literally has a recoil as well. Well, Wolf should be in this game, right? Yeah, he'll be at the later sections. He'll be an assist character, but yeah. Nice. Just needed that. There we go. Come on. I need to get this section done before 1:30. Fuck it, 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 fuck it. Come on. There we go. Very nice. Awesome. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Man, this is literally a test against time, bruh. I don't know why I'm going back there. No, fuck it. What's happening? What's happening, Maxwell? How are you doing, mate? Welcome to the stream. Oh, piss on it. Get out of here. Go, 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 go. Come on, Gale. There we go. Beautiful. 2 more down. Yeah, killing these small antennas literally gives us the big guys that we need. Alright, 2 more. I can get 2 more here. There we go. Woo! Bro, what was this quest, man? Jesus Christ. I don't know how I had to do that 3 times, bro. 3 times. Alright, there we go, Aina. Damn, bro. I wish it would add up a lot of the points that we got earlier. I don't know if it did or not, but I wish it did. I hope it did, at least. Man, I gotta increase my agility, man. I feel like I'm slow, bro. I'm gonna go all in on agility right now because I do feel just generally very slow. Probably the most annoying quest. I wouldn't say it's hard. It's just annoyingly, like, yeah, you have to be, like, on point. You cannot not be on point, otherwise you're screwed big time. I'm gonna do 2 runs on this 8 to 9 floor. I know that we said that we would try and wait until we get access to a new floor and stuff, but I want to do this floor just so that we can get some extra skill points as well, just so that we can upgrade some more of Bell's abilities and stuff. Maybe see if I can get him that final agility point so that I can be a little bit faster in clearing these runs, basically, you know, faster in moving around and stuff, because one of the biggest problems I'm noticing is that I'm just slow as sin. Now if I were to do the event, I think I would be a little bit better off. Like, I'm feeling a lot faster now as well. I say a lot faster. I'm feeling faster. I wouldn't say lot is a good term to use there. But you can notice the speed difference in Bell as well, right? I don't know if you can tell it by video, but like I can tell you for sure. Like for me, when it comes to moving around, I'm feeling a lot faster than I was in that quest. So yeah, I think if I had this agility bonus that I gave him right now, 100% we would have been able to clear it much faster. 110%. 1010%. We would have no issues with it. We would have no issues with it. But again, that just comes down to the fact that I kind of, you know, went in the direction that I wanted to in order to obviously get the skill point bonuses and stuff for Bell instead of the upgrades. Honestly, with the amount I spent on those upgrades, the skill point enhancement upgrades where we get more skill points per drop, I probably could have gone in and upgraded the entire front skill tree, to be honest, or nearly enough, honestly. But that being said, though, hey, listen, long term, the former is better, where I've upgraded the you know, the skill point drop bonus. Honestly, it's way more worth it. Did something spawn behind me? I swear something did. I don't know where it was. I swear I heard something spawn in, but I don't know where. Maybe ahead? I heard like the grrr sound. I was like, oh, something spawned, but I don't know where. I love how I'm just dashing forward, like, come on. Keep dashing, keep dashing. I love how this is the fastest way to move, by the way. A PC open world Danmachi would be interesting. Yeah, it definitely would be interesting, but again, I don't think it needs an open world per se. All it needs is Orario as a hub area, and then you have like the dungeon as a sort of like a labyrinth sort of thing, basically, where it can be changing and stuff like that, and you just have your mob spawning in and you go through the floors as per usual. And each floor is different. You have some new bosses. Each floor, I know we have floor bosses, right? So maybe they can do something where basically they just twist it a little bit, but give each floor a boss effectively that Belle has to go through to access the next floor as well, and so on and so forth. You know, I think it would be cool, and you can easily do something like that. I just think that open world, what you can do stuff outside of Orario, but realistically the biggest selling point about Danmachi is the dungeon at the end of the day, right? While Melon and stuff is great and all, and it's one of the reasons why, as much as I'm down for Full End of Water and Light, I'm looking forward to it, of course, right? Original story and all. The fact that it's most likely not even going to be taking place in Orario is kind of a bummer, because at the end of the day, I won the dungeon more than I won an outside of Orario game, more so, to be honest, personally. So open world is very, like, yeah, cool, but the Danmachi doesn't need an open world game necessarily, if you know what I mean. It needs an open area game where the dungeon is fully explorable and stuff. But yeah. And even then, when we say open area with like the dungeon, have a map like this, but it's changing consistently. It doesn't stay the same layout. It's a little bit more wider, a little bit more space as well, and so on and so forth. You have rest areas, you have like actual boss areas, monster rooms and stuff, and you can go from there. I think that would be a lot better and more exciting, to be quite honest, for me personally. That's my 2 cents on that front. Alright, sorry, I had to look at something really quickly, but yeah. Like, oh, you can do what you want, not requested to square quests and stuff. Yeah, basically, but also it needs to be you can make it more exploration based, more you go find treasures, get the drop materials, sort of like what Infinite Combat does already. You get the items, you can make new make new weapons, new armors, you can sell them for certain things as well. Yeah, basically like Persona 3, exactly. I mean, but that's the thing, that's what dungeoning is all about, and I mean that's the idea of the Persona's dungeon system as well, and so are the other dungeon systems as well. But you know what I mean, like you can go Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Persona 3, you can go Infinite Combat, the way Infinite Combat does as well. What Infinite Combat does is that it segregates floors and it only gives you certain floors that you can go through. It's the same concept, but you want to go from floors 1 onwards and you can go consistently from there. Again, there are so many games like it that Danmachi doesn't even need to take inspiration from. It's literally there. The material is there. You've got the information in the books as well. All you need is the Mori's approval of each floor's boss or something, or each floor's enemies and stuff, and you're good to go. You don't need to do anything more than that. Literally. There's nothing else you need to do. There's not a single thing you need to do. Everything is there. On paper, it's there for these guys, for the developers of any Danmachi console game. It's just about executing it. That's it. That's literally all they need to do. Executing is the other part of it, basically. Because yeah, you can literally have that as well. You can have treasures you can find. A bit dark, but bodies you can plunder as well, potentially, right? People who have died. Maybe that's where you can bring in maybe a bit of an online system as well. Like how, for example, some of you guys may not know how it works, but in like Pokemon, for example, right? In Legends Arceus, you'd be able to find like this, what's it called? You'd be able to find like whenever somebody would die in the game, they'd lose half their items and stuff like that, right? Well, then you can find it, because especially if you're linked online, you can go and find it and give them back their items, some of their items back and stuff, right? And you get a reward for it. Here, instead of, well, rewarding the other person or anything of that sort, you lose half your items, and then maybe if you're connected online, it won't be Belle's body you'll see on the floor, but you'll see somebody's body, but just plunder their body and get the stuff. I would love a Danmachi open world just because the character skills are cool. Look, I love an open world. I love a game as well with the Danmachi characters and stuff, but open world, the thing is, what world are you going to explore? Because again, the focus has always been on the dungeon, right? And yes, we have Melon, and we have Orario, we have Telskira technically as well, right? But realistically, Belle and his gang members have barely ever gone outside of Orario. Maybe once at most in an off-side story or something, but that's about it. Like, at most, Belle, the biggest thing Belle's done going outside of Orario is when he fucking got lost after Ares kidnapped Hestia. You know what I mean? So, again, an open world would be cool, but then you'd only limit it to Orario. What the focus needs to be is, like, you have Orario as a hub area, and then you just go all in and go focus on the dungeon and use the skills there, because you can still see the character skills in the dungeon. I don't understand. That's completely fine as well. Make the dungeons, like, proper levels, basically. They could add, like, after you kill dungeon, you can access it automatically from the dungeon. Yeah, but I think, I think in terms of a game experience, that would be better for sure. That would be better, but it should be a choice. It should be a choice. I wouldn't say automatically, but it's a choice-based situation where you can either go directly to that floor, or you can start from floor 1 and, you know, go from there. Or you can have, like, interval save points. So you can start from floor 18, for example, Rivera. You can start from Rivera. You can start from a save point in floor 8 or floor 9 or something, or whatever it may be. And so on and so forth. Collab with Genshin. I'd love it. I'd love a collab with Genshin, man. It would get Danmachi into the limelight so well. I'd love it. I'd absolutely love it. But I think that people need to remember, like, when you're asking for an open world game, what are you really requesting for when it comes to an open world game? I think that is the problem. People say open world Danmachi game, but, like, yeah, Orario, that's about it. Melon, maybe, okay, sure, but outside of that, what open world do you have? There's monsters on the overworld, but that's not the point. You want to focus on the monsters in the dungeon. The dungeon is the focus. So, like, yeah, you know, I'd love it, but yeah, focus on the dungeon more, in my opinion. The game needs to focus on the dungeon more than it needs to focus on this, in my opinion. Focus on the dungeon more than the open world. Alright, let's level up our, let's level up Belle a little bit more now, and then we can go into the story again. I'm gonna increase his agility, max out his agility. We'll get the dexterity up next, and then we'll go from this. I wouldn't care if they change it to a Genshin, like, hey, 25 skills on Belle, Realis Freese, Realis Freese, of course. I mean, the thing is, I don't mind a Genshin open world as well, but it wouldn't make sense in terms of the story. Realistically, it doesn't make sense in terms of the story. Look, I'd love it as well, like a proper open world, like in the bright lights rather than only being in the dungeon 24/7. But that's just not how the story is anyways, especially for Belle's story necessarily, right? He does some stuff in Orario for sure, but it's only Orario. It's not even this. No, don't get, I think having Orario as an open area is fine. I'm all for Orario being an open area, but beyond that, it doesn't make any sense. I think Orario, that's what I mean by having Orario as a hub area where you can go through Daedalus Street, the you know, the walls, of course, as well, the top of the walls where you train with eyes and stuff like that. All of that stuff, all for it. But beyond that, it doesn't make sense to me to have in an Danmachi game, because you don't necessarily see it anyways, especially in terms of Belle's story. If you're focusing on Sword Oratoria and focusing on Aiza's story, right? If they want to do Sword Oratoria and make that an open world game, sure, I can see the logic in that maybe a little bit more, because you see a lot of the times they do go outside of Orario, you know, Tiona to Telskira and so on and so forth, and various other places as well. But, like, yeah, that's just my thought process on that. If they had a different camera angle, would be enough? Huh? What do you mean by a different camera angle? It's not about the camera. Unfortunately, that is the case, which is funny because when you see all the places mentioned in the story in Danmachi is actually huge. Yeah, no, like I said, there's a lot of stuff outside of Orario, but to the story, the main story of Danmachi, it doesn't make any sense. And that's why Full End of Water and Light is placed outside of Orario so that they can probably do some open areas. But again, I feel like that's also going to be so limited because you're going to only do it for a little bit and that's it. Whereas if you're sticking with the main story, you have to do everything in Orario primarily, with maybe Sword of Oratoria side of the story being done outside of Orario sometimes, maybe a little bit, but that's about it. I'm not so sure. Probably because at the moment she seems a little sad. How are you able to do this? Self is huge? No, absolutely. That's why I said a hub area for Orario and then just do dungeons as open area / world. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. But at the end of the day, also, Orario, what are you going to do in the open world necessarily as well? So you might be able to place like multiple people and they might be able to give you like quests and stuff, but that's what the guild is for, so you can maybe get to a bulletin board basically to accept the quests and stuff, right? But even then in Orario, like, yeah. Good question, Gail. Would you like to see the story develop outside Orario, or do you feel like the dungeon is enough? Well, are you caught up with the light novels or no, Robo Windseeker? Because that's my first question to you. I would ask you that first question, in all honesty. But even still, I don't think it's fair for me to go into the light novels that much because it doesn't make sense. I think we will inevitably see the world develop outside Orario because we have to. Because the One-Eyed Black Dragon is outside the dungeon. I think at a point, Omori's gonna have to go 50-50 on it a little bit, in all honesty, where he focuses and develops a little bit more of the outside world, purely because there are people and familiars outside of Orario, first and foremost, but second of all, the OEBD is outside Orario. And so you have to focus on that as well. But at the same time, the dungeon is also something that's important as well that they need to focus on. So I think it's going to have to be a case of 50-50. She fell asleep so quickly. Is that the training of a first class adventure? I'm not sleepy at all. The story of a sleeping princess is put in a Sleeping Beauty. I think I'd like to see more develop outside of Orario, but yeah, it's just, I think it'll be 50-50 in my opinion. What happened to Eyes? Is that the Danmachi Switch game? This? Yeah, this is the... Not the new one that's coming up. This is not that. This is the old one. This is the one that came out on PlayStation first. Then it came on Switch and PC. Oh my god. He forced me to do a lot of chores. Again, at least I can get on with chores. How will the economy of the world be affected if the dungeon dies? It's an interesting question because then they'll have to find a lot of alternative options, because right now a lot of the things that they're making and stuff, the electricity and everything is run by the power of the magic stones and stuff. So it's gonna be quite affected. It's gonna be affected quite a bit. I don't know how they're gonna, you know, get around it, but yeah. They're gonna just turn into the real world. Just start mining oil and shit. No, I don't know. I don't know. It would be very interesting. Increasing a rank, the gods only bless those who overcome a trial. A great feat, something that honors both the people and the gods. But skills and strategy make it possible. A higher level is too high. In other words, Nelson, if you want to rank up, you need to go on an adventure. You're an adventure. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, we'll have to definitely wait and see on exactly what ends up happening post OEBD for sure. Because that'll be a big, big thing for sure. Especially if the dungeon does die afterwards, potentially. Alright, let's use Lily here so that we can get some more magic stones as well. Speaking of magic stones, we gotta get more of those. Yes, sir. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's see. Oh. That guy just spawned out of nowhere, basically. Let me check the map 1 second. Okay, yeah, the right direction. I'm going the right direction. I know this because I wanted to go this way so that I could basically kill more mobs. Alright. Man, I'm really hoping that the RPG system is good in the next game as well, man. I really hope. I really do hope that they nail it. Because this one, this one, in this game, this one is actually not bad at all. The way they've done it, the grind is pretty much straightforward. The things you have to do to get the materials and stuff yeah. Well, I mean, that's every end, the end boss, you know, it's a make or break, you know, at the end of the day. The end fight, the end boss is always like the big make or break for a lot of series, right? It was the same with Demon Slayer, it was the same with, you know, Attack on Titan as well. It was the same with so many other series as well. It depends on who the final boss is to, you know, basically validate whether the series was worth it or not, in all honesty. In my opinion, I'll still probably enjoy what Danmachi stands for in terms of the characters and the world and stuff, right? Obviously, if the OEBD itself ends up being a bit of a disappointment and the aftermath as well, then yeah, we'll have to talk about that later. But yeah, how many more line novels do you think the series will have before it ends? 7, 8-ish. I want to say 7 or 8-ish. I think a minimum of 6, maximum of 9, give or take. I think is the best way to put it. No, enough. There we go. I'd say yes, minimum of 6, maximum 9. Thank you for everything. Thank you, dude. It was your fun. Well done. Do your best. Goddess, I'm back. I'm going into the dungeon. Already just came to, but Lily is back. Alright, let's see how much we get our boost by. This. I'll listen to you when I get back. See you, Goddess. I believe our action is double S. Woo! Cook. This guy cooked. Look at that boy's stats. Look at that boy's stats. He's cooking. Let him cook. Let him cook. Oh, can I please get access to the higher floors, man? I swear down, bro. Alright, we'll do 2 runs at the practice floors basically as well, to get some more stats basically as well. Make it seem worth our time. I think I'll do dexterity next. I'll get my dexterity up and then we'll go from there. We'll go from there. Woo, boy. These ants ain't got shit on me, dog. Alright, let's go. This season could also be a great thing, but it could also be bad because correctly, since it doesn't have a to make it for a to make up for it being a bad season. Well, I mean, yeah, but I don't think it's likely that it's gonna be a bad. I think it's very unlikely. I think this bad season is gonna be bad because we already know that it's most likely gonna be split into 2 cores, especially because of the title of the season 5, right? It's gonna be split up into 2 cores, which is automatically a bigger W than anything else, because you've automatically now got a little bit more episodes to work with, and also a little bit more time to work with as well, especially because they can spread out the seasons more. They can probably do a split core as well, so that means they can take a break in between the season to do more work on the episodes and stuff, right? So again, I think they'll nail it. I think they'll nail it. It's unlikely that it's gonna be a bad season. I know there's more probably pressure on them to nail it, because yeah, we don't have Danmimo to back it up or anything in terms of money wise and stuff, but yeah, I think it'll do a good enough job. But to be fair, we also have Danmachi Full End of Water and Light. If that sells extremely well, which in Japan it probably will, it depends on how well the game is made to sell well in other countries and stuff. We'll have to wait and see, of course, right, on that front. But yeah. We'll have to see on that front. There we go, beautiful. We're gaining levels, we're gaining speed, we're moving, we're schmoving. Alright, oh, move. Let's go. Look at that boy dashing, schmoving. That is an offline game. It is an offline game, but it's still gonna make money for them, right? Especially if the budget is true, right? It's $100 million. $100 million. I wish it was $100 million. Damn, that's a triple H Danmachi game right there. 100 million yen game, which is $600,000. All they need to do is sell. Literally, all they need to do is sell about. If it's $60, right? If the game comes out at $60, let's say, if the game comes out at $60, hypothetically, all they need is to sell 100,000 copies, which, in theory, it's not that difficult, especially Japan-wise, I would say. I'd say at least in Japan alone, I would probably say you'd easily get like 100,000 copies minimum. Easily. Especially for the Switch as well, yeah. And the fact that it's an original story and all that jazz, and it's a new Danmachi console game, absolutely, abso-freaking-lutely. Add in obviously the global regions as well. Inevitably, if they also release it on other consoles as well, I think that's what they need to do more so than anything else. Is inevitably if they release it on other consoles as well, that'll make them big money as well, I feel as well. But that's also going to add to costs and stuff, so we'll see. Have I played Hades 2 yet? No, I've just gotten. Today was my final work day for the week. I'll probably buy the game soonish and then start playing on Monday or maybe something like that. I'll see. Maybe something along those lines. We'll see. But yeah, 100 million yen is what I meant, not dollars. Dollars is. I mean, if it was $100,000 for a Danmachi game, woo! Woo! We'd be cooking. We'd be living. I think a lot of us would be very, very gassed at $100 million. That would be a really high quality game. Or is Ryu Japan's favorite, or have I heard wrong? I'm not sure. I think it is one of the fan favorites. I don't know if it is a, like, yeah, favorite necessarily. I don't know. I don't know personally. Motherfucker, you need so many skill points for that, man. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's move on with the story then. I need to unlock the next floor, man. I need to unlock the next floor ASAP. Hey, Minotaur time. It's the big boss fight now. Hey, there's the boy. Why is there a Minotaur on the 9th floor? I knew it. I could never forget that sound. I can't count the number of times it's appeared in my nightmares. I'm scared. See the minutes of my feet. I'm so scared, so terrified. Well, also I'd feel much worse. I can't run away while protecting Lily. Shoot, shoot, come on, focus me. Doesn't she understand? Just get going. Watch closely, focus on the dodge, dodge, dodge. If I make the contest the speed, if I'll just keep dodging its attacks, even if it's protect, I just need to buy time. I'm gonna die. Am I in pain? I'm not so sure. Without my increase, I would be dead right now. The dust stings my eyes. I'm so scared. I can't stand up. You did your best. I'll save you now. Save me. Am I going to be saved again by her? Same way, just the same thing again. Who, me? How many times do I need to... I can't disgrace myself before the I admire. If I can't look brave now. If I don't reach higher now, how will I ever? I can't leave. I can't let Nice Volunteer and save me again. Today will be my first adventure. Let's go! Let's cook. Let's beat up this Minotaur, boy. Defeat Minotaurs? You mean one Minotaur? Brother in Christ, if it was multiple, I'd be pissed. Good thing I increased my HP, by the way. Good thing I increased my HP because I think I'm gonna get cooked here. Woo! Oh my god. He backswinged and that hit me. Woo! I'm gonna heal up here. I was gonna try and do it without any healing items, but I think that would have been too risky. Oh god, he's mad. He's mad. Oh my god. Okay, he's very, very mad. He's very, very mad. I apologize, brother. I apologize. I apologize, brother. My brother. Hey, yo, chill, bro. What are you cooking? Man, this guy is mad. No! Are you serious? Bro, he doesn't stop. Okay, hold on a second, bro. That is mental, bro. What the frick? Yeah, this guy, he's buff as well, bro. He's crazy buff. I need to use the firebolt when I get the opportunity as well. I can't just stick to using my sword skills as well. Ooh. Okay, got hit by that, but that's fine. Ah, I almost got him. Come on. Just deal as much damage as I can while he's in this position. No. There we go. Come on. That's what we can do around these ends, boy. I didn't use a... Well, I know I had to use one healing item, I think. But literally, I love on this attempt I didn't have to do anything else but attack. He did it. Passed out on his feet, mine 0. Amazing, he's like Argonaut, the story of a boy who yearns to be a hero. Yearns is not the right word there. I like that story. Riveri, what's his status? You want me to look with that? He's basically begging for us to take a look, isn't he? What is it? S? All of his abilities are S rank. What's his name? I don't know, I've never heard it. I'm sorry, what did you need? Get his name from the status, his actual name. Let me check, his name is Bell Cranell. Let that boy cook. What a mad lad. Hey, level 2 as well. There we go. Big boost. We can save up here. There we go. Initiation. Go to next chapter. Are we gonna go into Ice's 6th chapter or what? Is that the final Ice chapter as well? I think this is Ice's final chapter as well. It was you, wasn't it, Miss Wallenstein? I came here to report that. Are you coming here? I found a protector on the 10th floor. This Belkins. Guess it's correct. It was a good idea. I'll make sure he receives it. I'd like to return this to some person. What do you say? Honestly, I heard him a lot. Please allow me to assist you. You will need to make sure he doesn't run off. This is too funny. He's afraid of me. Belkan is the kind of type. We'll need to lure him to this meeting room. Lure him. I love how this is like a full-on like organization. Planned setup. Again, he's just run. Got you. I want them to mention the Nidhogg fight again in season. Well, they can't because then nobody will understand that fight. Understand the thingy. What's it called? The reference. If you haven't played Danmachi, especially or read light novel, the Sword Art Online light novels, it doesn't make any sense for them to mention it there. That's the only issue. That's the biggest problem. Is like they can't do anything with Sword Art Online, or they can't use anything from Sword Art Online, and they're fucked in that way because their idiocy to not do Sword Art Online as anime. I don't understand why they don't do Sword Art Online as anime. I still don't get it. It's such a dumb decision, man. Fucking idiotic decision making, man. I swear at JC staff and SB Creative, honestly. I don't know why they've done that, in all honesty. There's no context. Yeah, exactly. There's no context for it. No, but that doesn't make any sense because you know that that's gonna piss people off more. You have to realize that not everybody can read the light novels, in the sense of not everybody's interested in reading the light novels, or reading, period. People are in it for the anime and the video side of things, the visuals. You can't force people to read a light novel or manga. It's as simple as that. Yes, it's supposed to be, most anime are set up to be promotional material for the manga light novel, but it's, you could argue and say it's also vice versa as well. They set up the anime so that, you know, if people are reading the manga light novel, they can go and see this other piece of media that the, you know, company has produced and stuff like that, or, you know, produced and, you know, put up for sale effectively, right? But you can't also force people to do that. So there's no reason why you're gonna piss people off more by making it so that you put something in that nobody understands. It's why I'm a little scared about season 5 in some ways, because there are some things from Sword Art Online that will come in there, but I don't know how they're gonna handle it. Who knows? Some of it is okay, ignorable kind of. But there's one thing that I am a little bit worried about, and I am very concerned about it, but we'll have to wait and see how they execute it. They cannot do that. They cannot do that, in my opinion. That would be a very bad decision from them. How close are we to this now? 1 second. I need to just check this. We're only 3 skills away, right? 3 skills away. Alright, 3 skills away. I got a fully upgrader right now. It's all or nothing now. Let me just go into the market actually and sell some stuff as well. 1 second. I don't know if I have to sell the Udea's Black Sword or not. I'm just keeping it in case, but I don't know. I don't know if I should sell it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, man. I don't know if we get anything from it even as well. Let me just check. Is there any information about this online? Sword Infinite Combat. Let me see. Okay, you need 5 of those black swords basically in order to get it. Okay. It's something you'll get later on. Alright. Game facts coming in clutch once again after so many years. Thank you. It's been a minute since we've used the game facts, in all honesty. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Bro, game facts back in the day was like the best place to go for all these game information and stuff. In all honesty, it still kind of is. Bro, especially if you had people making like art with you know, the this like you know, the symbols and stuff, right? Making like art on a walkthrough page. You knew that was a banger. You already knew that was a banger of a walkthrough page immediately. That shit was immediately top 10, 100%. It was immediately the best one you can probably find. Like it was that good back in the day, man. I still remember as a kid going through so many of those for like so many Game Boy Advance games or DS games that I used to play, like Summon Story Swordcraft, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, the questions, if I wanted to go for a specific Pokemon, what questions should I answer and stuff like that. It was so cool in that sense. What a time to be alive, honestly. I feel like Donkro has become too focused on events and it doesn't encourage you to play the other game modes. But the problem is there's no other game modes to kind of play, unfortunately. Like, I agree with you to an extent, but like Uncharted Battlefield comes once in a while where you repeat it here and there, of course, for the medicine, but you don't have any incentive to play it after that again. There's no real shop or anything of that sort to farm. Raids as well is limited only to 3 passes a day, so if you're done with 3 passes, then you kind of have to stop for that day. Battle Arena, you do again limited as well. Campaign and stuff. Campaign, I don't know why they've not updated. I agree with that, but the campaign, that's something they have to update. That's simply put, it's on them for not updating it, in all honesty. I agree the campaign should have been updated by now. I don't know why they haven't, but yeah. The main thing I would say is like MSS, there's no incentive to play, let's be real. Score Attack, they've not updated. It's just about them not updating shit for certain game modes that need to have been updated in order for people to be interested in playing. How can they encourage you to play another game mode if they're not dropping that game mode, kind of thing, you know? The only one that keeps getting updated is events, so obviously people will play events primarily, you know? And the thing is, they do drop like Uncharted Battlefield and Raid, but again, that's so limited as well because you're not gonna play, you know, you're not gonna play that much more comparatively, you know. Let me beat these Minotaurs 1 second. Oh wait, shit, time limit. No! I didn't realize the time limit. I was just so focused on chatting with you guys and stuff, so I was stopping at random points as well and not paying attention. Shit. That's on me. I just skill issue big time there. I didn't even realize that's the time. I completely forgot about the time limit. Why is there a time limit? Let me cook. Let me fight and cook. I was wondering, like, wait, why am I was like, wait a second. What's that on the top left? Yeah, it's a timer, Gale. You need to learn how to use a timer. Come on now, bro. Next story chapter when? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand, like, how we've not gotten it yet. I don't understand. The thing is, I'll be honest and say I didn't think about it until very recently when somebody mentioned it, right? Saying like, oh, we haven't gotten this, you know, we haven't gotten a new story chapter in a while, and I was like, oh yeah, we haven't. And yeah, of course, you know, looking back on it, yeah, we should have gone. Well, they can't, because you've got the game code would have to change massively. You'd have to take down the game and make it completely fresh. I just think they made a bad decision. Well, it's not really a bad decision. It's just, well, it is a bad decision, but it's just, it's not a bad decision in that, oh, you know, like going 3D was a bad idea. It was more so that their capabilities just didn't make it a good idea, more so. I don't think. But I do think that also it probably might have been SB Creative trying to push for a 3D game, especially with Genshin being so popular, PGR, and so on and so forth. All these gacha games, big gacha games going 3D, right? I think maybe some of it comes down to that as well. But again, that's where I always say, like, you need to figure out what, you know, which battles to fight, and you can make an argument and say that battle was not theirs to fight. There was no battle to fight there. There was no reason to go into a fight like that, because you know it's not gonna work out. It's not gonna pan out the way they think it would have. So it's a bit of a struggle, man. There, it's a bit of a struggle. Because yeah, I agree. I think if they are struggling with it, then it should have. That just shows that they should have probably stuck with 2.5D or 3D. But I mean, now it's a decision they made. They have to lie in that bed. They've got to just do the best they can with it. They've got to do the best they can with it. There's not much they can do realistically. Yeah, but Danmachi doesn't have these games have. I don't disagree, but that's a decision they made, thinking that they could at least try and do something with the limited budget that they had. I don't disagree, but you have to remember that these companies just look at, you know, they don't think about the capabilities. They just think about, okay, these games could do it. If we can even make a fraction of the money they can, like, even let's say if we can make a 10% of the game they can, then we can get 10% of the revenue. But that's not how it works. Unfortunately, that's not how the world works. And yeah, they made a mistake. It's as simple as that. And I mean, to be fair to Danmachi as well, you can still make a good game with 10% of the budget. It just depends on the developers, really, you can get on and how they make the game. That's as simple as that as well. Which I don't think they really did do a great job with, necessarily. That's on aiming for getting developers that are visibly inexperienced based on what we know and what we can tell. Come on. Hopefully this gives us a good amount of skill points. I want to say we defeated a lot of enemies there, so surely we should get some decent skill points there. Those monsters were dangerous. You're really one of the Loki familia. You've easily defeated those monsters with very little information. You were hurt. A lot of my clothes were damaged. Your clothes, did you get hurt? Just a little? Right. Yes. Nice. Good discussion. Very nice discussion, guys. Very lovely discussion. Clear 100 quests, baby. Let's go. Intermediate adventure. We're just that good. We're just that good. Alright. Let's upgrade this. There we go. 40% HP nearly now. We're almost getting 50% extra HP from this. And that is the skill sheet done nearly as well. But I think with that, we are going to wrap up the stream tonight with that. Thank you guys all so much for watching. To be honest, yeah, it is the Ice finale. I didn't even see the finale part. We will complete the finale for Ice in the next stream we do for Danmachi Infinite Combat, which might be earlier than expected. We'll see, of course. It depends on what Dancro drops over the week, of course, right? Because I know we're going to be getting the ranking event this week, so we'll see how that goes and everything, right? But thank you guys all so much for watching the live stream. As always, appreciate all of y'all for tuning in. I know clearly it doesn't seem like we had that many people come in, but nonetheless, I appreciate all of those of you guys who were here chilling, watching the stream as well, hanging out, chatting as well. It was truly appreciated, of course, right? We will be back on Monday for some more Danmachi Battle Chronicles. So I'll see you guys then, of course, right? But of course, videos will be dropping tomorrow and obviously from here on out every single day. Again, took a little bit of an off. Coming back now, coming back strong, hopefully, and yeah, with some renewed vigor. But thank you guys all so much for watching once again. Leave a like if you enjoyed the stream, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, take it easy, everybody. Good night. Bye-bye.